Hey guys, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss American Horror Story Freak Show, or Freak Show American Horror Story. I'm gonna do this without my glasses. I have a headache. It's been a long week. Let's discuss the show. This is my all-time favorite season of American Horror Story. Premiered in 2014, ended in 2015. It was 13 episodes long. It is probably one of my all-time favorite seasons of any TV series. It's definitely not number one. I'd have to think about that very intently. But it's up there. Definitely top 5 between all the TV series that I've actually watched. And let me say why. There is so much realism in this season of Freak Show. It is astounding. Casting actual humans with deformities or some sort of difference. It's inclusive. This season was groundbreaking in the sense of inclusivity, from taking actual freaks from the wild and bringing them into the spotlight. Now, I use the quote of freak because we're all freaks. We all want to be loved. We all want to fit in. We all want to be accepted into a group that loves and cherishes us for who we are and doesn't cause us harm for it. Human nature. Most of our human nature. And this show amplifies that by showing us humans and individuals with real life deformities, with real life recoveries from surgeries, with real life attributes about themselves that they're trying to exemplify and shout from the mountaintops that this is me and I'm here and you have no need to be afraid. Yes, life is scary and we all have troubles, but we're in this together. And my God, the sense of inclusivity. I know I just said that, but it's astounding. It's remarkable. I keep using these big words because that's how elated I am about this particular series. I've ruminated quite a long time, feverishly ruminated, but magic. Plot of the series. So we have Jessica Lange back playing the character of Elsa Mars. Evan Peters is playing Jimmy Toledo? Jimmy Toledo? Del Toledo is his father, who doesn't have the lobster claws. Kathy Bates plays Ethel. Oh God, Angela Bassett plays... Oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? The claimed to be hermaphrodited, 3-breasted woman, Desi. There we go. Emma Roberts is back. She plays a con artist along with, oh crap, what's his name? I forget his name. He's in like every Horror Story, every season of Horror Story. He's an awesome actor. Then we have Sarah Paulson back again. Lily Rabb is back for a quick, brief little moment because we get the backstory of Pepper. Oh my God, poor Pepper. So much to talk about. There's 13 episodes. So much story we need to talk about. What else? Francis Conroy's in it. Patti LaBelle is in it. Gabri Sibidois is in it again. It's just, okay. All right. Finn. Finn plays the character of Dandy Mott. And we learn more about the Mott family in season 6 for Ragnarok. Roanoke. Remember I said it was a long week and I have a headache and my mind's not there? American Horror Story Ragnarok. That'd be interesting, actually. There's a lot of death in Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. Semantics. So, the plot of the season, is Elsa Mars has her troupe, Fräulein Elsa Mars Cabinet of Curiosities. That is the freak show that is pitched in Jupiter, Florida. Elsa Mars is from Germany, pre-World War II Germany. She was a dominatrix who got involved in some kind of weird watching stuff, and they like chainsawed her legs off, and she meets this carpenter Massimo who saves her life, who makes her these wooden legs, so she therefore becomes the Queen of Freaks. She comes to America for stardom. She finds other freaks to create freak shows. So it was like at the tail end in the 50s when freak shows were starting to like die down. She comes across Kathy Bates' bearded lady character of Ethel with her son Evan Peters' Jimmy, who has the lobster boy hands. Like this. Then they meet Ma Petite, the smallest woman in the world, Indian woman. Then they come across Eve, Amazon Eve, who's the tallest transgender woman. Something, right? Tallest trans woman? I think that's what the title was. Something to that extent. Seal Boy, who's, I can't remember the actor's name, but his name in the show is Paul, and he has the deformity where his limbs didn't extend far enough. But there's more, you know, real life actors playing characters with their real life deformities or surgical anomalies, and it's cool because it's real. It's not make-believe in this make-believe series, right? Dandy Mott, again, Finn Wolfrock, is a spoiled brat going from an inbred family. Frances Conroy plays his mother. They're multi-billionaires, not billionaires, millionaires. Gabri Siboudois is the daughter of their maid, who Dandy kills at one point. The other thing you got to realize is Twisty the Clown is introduced in this season, right? He's a mass murderer, serial killer clown. And to get his backstory for the 2-part Halloween episode, because of Edward Mordrake, it's traumatizing. Past seasons of American Horror Story, you never felt so emotionally involved in the villains, right? Like, all of the ghosts in Murder House would kill each other for various reasons. Like, it's sad, yeah, but like, and they had their motives, kind of, not really, though. Asylum, you felt kind of weird but bad and a bit for Bloody Face, for Zachary Quinto's Bloody Face, in a sense, but not, you're like, okay, he's a serial killer, he's trying to make sense of it. Nah. Coven, everyone just kills each other all the time, willy-nilly, not a care in the world, right? So there's no actual villain if you include Jessica Lange's superior character, right? Alright, whatever. This, the first like 4 or 5 episodes is Twisty the Clown killing parents, stealing children, putting them in a bus, trying to be a good clown, because he's a good clown, but he's a dimwit. I think that's what they call him. Mongoloid, something to that extent. Like, he can fully function in the world, but he's not all there. And it's okay, because he's a clown, and he's just supposed to entertain. And then we get a backstory of him because of Edward Mordrake, who is a two-headed guy, aristocrat, there you go, who eventually killed himself in an insane asylum. Which is an actual fact, by the way. Good stuff. So Edward Mordrake is collecting souls on Halloween, because you're not supposed to perform on Halloween, and he comes across Twisty, who goes into his whole backstory of how he's a good clown and he just wanted to make the kids happy, and he was so pure in the sense that he thought he was actually doing good, that he thought he was saving the children from their parents because the parents didn't want to have fun with them. So in his mind, he was doing good by killing the parents to take the kids away to make sure the kids were entertained. And it's tragic how this story unfolded for Twisty himself, because you felt horrible for him. You're like, oh my god, he didn't know any better. And it's weird to give reason and motive, not motive, to give acceptance to a serial killer. But he didn't know any better. And it's interesting seeing that he tried to kill himself and he blasted his jaw off, and that's why he wears the mask here. Traumatizing. Speaking of traumatizing, Pepper. Dear old pinheaded Pepper. We first are introduced to Pepper in season 2. We talked about an asylum. Pepper's in the asylum. She then gets abducted by aliens. She gets full-blown speech. She then later dies from lung stuff in the asylum. In season 2, we know that she is brought to the asylum because she killed her sister's baby and snipped his ears off, right? This is what we're told. Turns out it was a lie. That the sister's husband killed the baby and snipped its ears off and blamed Pepper because who would believe a pinhead over the normal folk, right? But we get her full backstory that Elsa, Fräulein Elsa, Jessica Lange's character, finds Pepper in an orphanage past the age of 18 because her sister couldn't handle her anymore. So Elsa takes her and teaches Pepper words and teaches Pepper respect and kindness and how to make cocktails and how to assimilate into the world as best as she possibly could with the mentality that she had. So then Pepper had motherly instincts. So then that's why Elsa got Ma Petite. So that way there was someone for Pepper to take care of. And then Pepper needed a husband. So Elsa wrote to all the boys' homes in the world, in the country, and she found another pinhead, dim-witted pinhead, named Salt. So then there was Salt and Pepper, and that's what their act was, Salt and Pepper, the pinheads. And then the episode called Orphans, which is by far one of the hardest episodes to watch in the entirety of American Horror Story, because your heart just hurts for this poor girl because she doesn't know any better. And she's just so abandoned and so lost in the world because Salt died from a stroke in his sleep. No pain, but she just loses it. And then Elsa doesn't know what else to do because she needs family. And there's a lot of death going on in the camp to begin with, at the freak show camp, that Elsa brings Pepper to her sister's house because she needs family. And then that's when the sister and the husband frame Pepper for the murder of their child, and then she goes to the asylum, and we see Lily Rabb as the nun before she gets possessed. Take in Pepper, and Pepper just says, "Baby," and then she's crying, and she goes, "Lucas," and then Lily Rabb's character is like, "Yes, you killed your nephew. You killed your sister's baby. His name was Lucas." And then Pepper's like, "Lucas," and she's just crying and so upset, and then Lily like holds her, and she's like, is this real remorse? Does this creature feel guilty for her sins? And then she makes Pepper her special project. Bring her to the library and then eventually to the bakery. And we have this whole story arc of Pepper from season 2 and season 5. And you never thought that this, not even a secondary character, a thirdary? That's not a word. It's not even third rate. Thirdary! This thirdary character comes into play. Your heart hurts. Your heart hurts for Pepper. Your heart hurts for Twisty. Then you got freaks dying left and right because Emma Roberts and that guy whose character's name is Stanley are selling freak parts to a museum in Philadelphia, and then eventually Emma Roberts comes clean, and then eventually Emma Roberts is eventually killed by Neil Patrick Harris, who just appears out of nowhere for 2 episodes as a magician. And his backstory is twisted and great, and the actress who's in season 1 and 3, and I can't remember. She has the like Down syndrome or something. Awesome girl. She's so sarcastic and so witty, and she made a perfect Marjorie character for those 2 episodes that Neil Patrick Harris was in. I mean, she played Marjorie, a dummy, like a ventriloquist dummy. Perfect. Oh. Dandy's character, again, going from Finn. Finn played an amazing Dandy Mott, which is another character you felt for, because he is just twisted out of his mind, thinking that he is doing what's right, because this is what God put him on this world to do. To kill. He kills his mother, he kills the maid, he kills Garbury's character, he kills a bunch of people. He tries to be the new Twisty. That doesn't work. He tries to be in the Freak Show. That doesn't work. He tries to marry Bet and Dot, who are the Siamese twins played by Sarah Paulson, who I didn't even talk about. Because how long have I been talking? So much happened in these 13 episodes. Whew. Eventually, Elsa kills Ethel, the bearded lady, played by Kathy Bates. the freaks have a code that if you kill one of their own, then you get killed as well. So then the twins, the Siamese twins, Bet and Dot, warn Elsa that the freaks are going to kill her. So then Elsa eventually sells the freak show to Dandy Mott, played by Finn. And then Elsa goes to Hollywood, and she does the Elsa Mars Hour, and eventually gets taken by Edward Mordred because she performs on Halloween. So that's her full circle. And how Dandy dies, because Dandy goes on a massacre and kills all the freaks except for Desi, except for Jimmy, Lobster Boy, who again has a tragic backstory, and you just feel so horrible for him. Who was the other one? Oh, Bet and Dot. So then Jimmy eventually winds up with Bet and Dot, and Desi eventually winds up with this traveling salesman, and they have a family, and it's a nice closure on the characters that are still alive, because there's only 3 characters that are still alive. So it's how I started this review with saying this is the best season of American Horror Story. How this is one of the best seasons of any series that I have seen. It's because the sense of inclusivity and the sense of normalcy in bringing to light that everyone wants to be loved and accepted by their group. To find a group to be loved and accepted. Does not matter what you look like, what deformity you may or may not have, what thoughts and likes and dislikes, everyone wants to be loved. It's just how it is. And to see these people portraying these characters with the same deformities and talents and special gifts that they have in real life, amazing. Amazing. It's such a well-written season. And I really hope we get more info on certain characters moving forward. The only other twist in from season 2 was Dr. Hans Gruber tortured Massimo, who made Elsa the legs, who made the new hands for Jimmy after Jimmy's hands got cut off, to be sold to that museum that I had mentioned. So Dandy's referenced in season 6, which we didn't talk about yet, because I didn't watch it again, so we'll talk about that. Pepper is all about season 2. We talked about that. Dr. Gruber is season 2. Was that it? Was that it for the tie-ins so far? I believe so. Dr. Hans Gruber of Germany, the Asylum, and the Mott family for season 6. I might have missed something. We'll find out as I start 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then 8. I haven't even seen any of 8 yet. Remember I said I'm rewatching everything just to make sure I get it all good? So, American Horror Story Freak Show. You should keep tissues with you while you watch it, because you cry more than you scream. Because this is a dramatic, heart-wrenching season. For me, at least, because I'm actually seeing it for what it's supposed to be. Beauty. Because all freaks are beautiful. That's what we are. We're all freaks. It's just, who's in your group? Who's in your clan? Who's in the family? I'm going to tear up. Watch Freak Show. Stay twisty. Mucho mahalo, guys.